Hey everybody, welcome to this short orientation video just to kind of show you a bit of our course content and how things are going to work there, because I know when you start an online course it can be a little disorienting at first in terms of where do I find things and what's going to happen and how do things look and how much time do I have to do things. So I'm just going to try to provide some real basic information just to kind of get you started there so you'll feel a bit more comfortable, because I want you to feel comfortable as you're working through the material here, and so I want to start you off on the right foot here as best as I can, just so you can kind of get a grip on things here. Now, when you go to the course homepage there, you're going to start here on the modules area, the Start Here section. So I'm assuming you've already watched that welcome video there at the top of the Start Here section here, pardon me. And I'm going to scroll down here a little bit. So we got our Start Here section, we've got our What You Need to Do Next section there. You need to work through all those things there. And then we've got a little section here dedicated to the inquisitive part of our course there, that online learning tool. And a little section here about using ComforZoom. And then you'll see the first unit. At the top of each unit there, you'll see a range of dates there to kind of show you when the unit opens and when it closes there, so you can kind of plan ahead there. And do remember, as I've told you many times by now in announcements and in the welcome video there, that you must click each item in the unit there in the order that you find them in order to open them up. So if you get to an item there and it won't open up, it says it's blocked or locked, that's because you didn't open up everything above it. There's really no other reason you should encounter that, so make sure you open up everything above if you want to get to everything below, so to speak, and you will see a little green check mark next to each item that you have opened up and looked at. They won't quite look like these green check marks here, but they'll look similar to that, because this is the instructor view that I'm showing you here, because I do need to show you some things, and I can't show you some things in the student view because some things just aren't open yet in the units, because they're not really it's not really time to do those just yet. So yours is going to look pretty similar to what I'm showing you here, but just a little different. The colors may be different, etc. But do not panic, nothing is wrong. Okay, I'm just letting you know. So what you're going to find here is that there are a number of units there. You can see underneath Unit 1, there's Unit 2, etc. there. And by the way, you won't be able to get to the other units until the time has been completed for the previous unit. So by the time Unit 1 is all finished and over with there, then you can get to Unit 2. And you won't be able to get to anything in Unit 2 before that time. So again, don't panic, nothing's wrong. It's by design, you can't get to the next section of material there until the previous section, all the due dates have passed there. Okay, it's done that way on purpose just to avoid confusing anything. Okay? Now, part of what you're going to find in every unit is I tried to be very consistent on the order of the items in each unit there. So each unit's going to open up with an introduction video there. And then you'll see headers for each chapter, Chapter 1, for example. And then you're going to see there's a discussion. There are lecture videos, and by the way, the lecture videos will link to a separate website there. There are anywhere from 8 to 12 videos for each chapter. They run anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes each. So they're pretty much the same lectures that I present to you in a face-to-face class. So I kind of kept the same material there in the presentation. And so you will, again, link to a separate site to access those. And do check those out, though. It'll really help you learn the material there. Then you'll see lecture outlines, which basically just parallel the lecture video so you can follow along and take notes. There's homework for each chapter. There's a quiz for each chapter. There's a reminder here that each inquisitive chapter assignment is due by 11:59 p.m. on the day prior to the unit exam opening there. So you'll see a link there to the inquisitive chapter. And then you'll see Chapter 2, and the same deal, discussion, lecture video, lecture outline, homework, chapter quiz, inquisitive. So you kind of get the idea. I kind of keep things consistent there as you walk through each of the units there. And then when you get to the end of a unit, you'll see a section called Conclusion. You'll have a study guide there to help you prepare for your unit exam. Okay? And speaking about exams, something important you're going to find for each unit exam is that you have a 3-day window within which to complete each unit exam. So I give you not just 1 day, but 3 days to basically complete it. And you'll see some detail about how much time and everything you get there. Just go through that Start Here section there at the top of the modules. It'll detail there about the exams, and you'll get an announcement about the exams when they're coming up there and some more details as well, so don't worry about that too much for right now. All that detail is forthcoming, and this is just to kind of get you orientated, so don't worry too much about some of those details for right now. And in general, all of your unit exams will always be on Monday through Wednesday of each week that they're scheduled. The exception is going to be this first unit exam here for the first part of the course, because it's a shorter part of the course. There's only 2 chapters. I had to kind of like curtail some of the normal amount of time I would dedicate to this particular unit, and so there is an exception there with that, but all the other unit exams are always going to be on Monday through Wednesday. Okay, this one here happens to be on a Wednesday through a Friday. Okay, but normally Monday through Wednesday. But you see the dates very clearly there and the due date there as well around that. Now with your chapter quizzes and discussions that you have for each chapter there, those are always in general going to be due on a Friday. So each week you're going to see each one of those discussion items and each one of those chapter quiz items due on a Friday. But again, there is going to be an exception here for this very first part of the course. And that exception is going to be the material for a chapter. You'll see the due dates there, that discussion, and that chapter quiz is going to be due right before you take your unit exam. Again, it's just a shorter part of the course, and so I just had to kind of squeeze things in around there to fit all that in. But for the rest of the semester, you're going to see every Friday there's going to be a discussion and a chapter quiz that's going to be due for the most part. And you'll see that when you look at the course calendars. So again, just kind of keep that in mind and don't worry too much about it. This is just to get you started, just to kind of show you how things are going to work here. And a reminder about when the inquisitive chapter assignments are going to be due, as I say through headers that I present in each unit there, they're going to be due by 11:59 p.m. on the day prior to the unit exam opening there. So in this first case here, you can see the exams opening on this date. You can see the inquisitive chapters there being due on the day before by 11:59 p.m. and that's always going to be the case for the remainder of the units there too. Again, your remaining exams are always going to be on a Monday through a Wednesday, so on the Sunday night before the exam opens up at 11:59 p.m., you have to have those inquisitive things completed, and if you don't have those assignments done, you will be locked out and you will not be allowed to complete them. Okay, but again, you'll see all the due dates there, and speaking of due dates, you'll see within each unit here, for example, for a discussion or for a chapter quiz, you'll see there's a due date embedded there to tell you when those things are. And likewise for the second chapter there too, the inquisitive assignments, there are due dates posted there in the units themselves, and when you open the assignments, you'll see the due dates there as well. And hopefully again you've watched that little welcome video I put all the way up here at the top where it says start here. I do mention where you can go to look, one-stop shopping, so to speak, for all of your course assignments and all of your due dates for those assignments. One place you can look is if you click on the Canvas course menu, click on syllabus. Let's go ahead and open that up here. So when you open this up, again, you're not going to find the course syllabus there, just a little description and a reminder that the syllabus is in that module where it says start here. And if you scroll down here below where it says course summary, you'll get down to where we've got our first assignments due here for chapter 1 you can see, and then chapter 2, and then the unit exam. There's due dates, and then there's due times. So you can always check everything out there in case you want to see everything all in one place. It's convenient for you there, right? And the other place you can go to see all the assignments and due dates, and I tell you this in the welcome video there and in a separate announcement for that matter too, is that click on the calendar item in the Canvas main menu, not your course menu, but the Canvas main menu where you get to help and everything like that for Canvas. And you'll see a calendar pop up on a monthly presentation there. You just go ahead and click through the month that you want to see there, but you can see here for our first month of the course here, some due dates are populated here and the assignments that are due on those dates. Just make sure over here on the right that you go ahead and pick the course that you want to see the calendar populated with due dates there, because some of you are probably taking more than one course, and so Canvas doesn't know which calendar you want to see unless you tell it the course. So choose the course you want to pick, just check it or uncheck it there to remove ones you don't want to see, and all the due dates will be there all in one place for you. So pretty nifty, right? So just a reminder about that's where you can see all your due dates there. And just one more place you can see everything that's coming up in the near future, that what you have to do, and again, this is the instructor view, so it's not going to show here in this presentation. Apologies for that. But when you're in your own student view end of things, over here you'll see right next to, at the very top of the course homepage, you will see what's called a to-do, kind of a to-do list, and you'll see all the upcoming assignments and the due dates there that are tied to those as well with due time. So you've got plenty of places to look to see when things are due. Click on the syllabus item, click on the calendar item, just look in the to-do list there, check out the announcements. I have all that stuff posted, so you really shouldn't be saying I didn't know when something was due, because you've got plenty of places to find that information. They're kind of presented for you, whether you like it or not. They're going to be presenting that information to you in Canvas, so you don't have that excuse there. So it makes it easier for you to stay on top of things. So please endeavor to use those tools so you don't get lost and you don't know when things are due, because it's all presented there for you. So you shouldn't have any trouble there with that. Now that's everything I just wanted to present to you for right now, as far as just the basics about the course material, how it's going to be presented in the units there, when things are going to be due in a basic way, and where you can go to find out those things being due as well. So hopefully you feel a little better about how to navigate your way through the course here. I just wanted to put this little extra bit of information out there, again, because I know it can be disorientating, and I know a lot of you are probably taking more than one online course, and every instructor is going to have their own way of doing this stuff. I just think my way is very intuitive. I had a lot of students already tell me this over the summer when I taught, and so it's pretty organized and pretty straightforward, and everything's all in one place. You don't have to hunt around for anything there. And so I tried to keep it simple, and I tried to put myself in the shoes of a student, say what would I need to see and find out if I had to kind of find my way and navigate my way through a course. And I think I've done a pretty good job of that. But of course, we may feel differently. But once you get started, I think you'll find it comes pretty easy, because I had a lot of feedback from students saying, yeah, it was pretty easy to find things, and it wasn't too confusing. So remember, again, one more time, when you go through a module here, you have to click on each item in order. Okay, if you don't do that, you won't be able to move ahead. That's the only reason you won't be able to get to some material. The only other possibility would be that I have not made the assignment available yet. Like upcoming units or certain things, I do have them locked out until I want them to be made available. But other than that, you're not going to have any problem getting to anything you need to. Just follow the steps, do things in order, and you'll get those little green checks there to the side showing you where you've been and where you haven't been. So just use those clues and you should be pretty good to go. That's all I'm going to say for now. So I will be talking to you soon. So just keep an eye out for other announcements, because those things will help you and remind you. And do try to attend those live sessions once a week if you are able. And again, if you can't make them, they're recorded. You can watch them later. They're not going to be terribly long. And so I've got all kinds of things put out there to help you out. So take advantage so you don't feel lost and disconnected, because I don't want you feeling disconnected. I want you to feel like you know what's going on, and part of knowing what's going on is reading things and watching little short videos I put out there, because that's just the way we have to do it in an online course. I can't see you in person to do this stuff like I normally would, so follow what I tell you to do, and you should have some pretty smooth sailing for the most part. Okay? All right, I'll talk to you soon.